What's going on, YouTube? It's Coffee back with some more news, some very disturbing news, the kind of news that you just really hate to hear. We hear of a lot of wild things happen, but this is truly some foul news here. We were just discussing this the other day on a live stream. You know, there's different levels of trolls. There's trolls that like to poke at people, get under people's skin. There's trolls that are trying to troll their way into some attention or momentum, trying to push whatever movement they're doing. And by trolling someone, they feel they can get to that goal quicker. And then there's just downright hurtful, foul trolls that just want to hurt people. And that's what we're talking about here, is the latter, the third type of troll we were talking about. And if you guys have not heard about this, it's just sickening. And what's going on is Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, as we know, Kobe, the all-time NBA great, one of the all-time greats, who passed away in a helicopter crash with his daughter, Gianna. Vanessa has just filed a lawsuit against the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and the allegations are mind-blowing, even with all the disturbing stuff we're used to hearing. And what's going on is she's claiming that the LA Sheriff's Department invaded her privacy, and she's just constantly worrying, under all kinds of emotional distress, because there's a troll out there who, even more disturbing, must come from the Sheriff's Department or the firefighters or a medical personnel or something, who is at the scene of the crash, because they're the only ones that could have had these pictures, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, comment, let me know. But she said she specifically spoke to the Sheriff's Department and said that they wanted this to be private, no pictures taken, handled very delicately, apologies guys, more or less for this very reason, because she didn't want images of her deceased husband and daughter leaking out. And that's exactly what happened. She said that she's been made aware of one or two pictures of their dead bodies floating around out there on the internet, and one she saw, and it indeed is Kobe, and the other one she believes to be him. And when she checked with the medical examiner or whatever, he confirmed that the location and everything matches, that it more than likely is Kobe Bryant. And she's just under all kinds of stress, worrying that these pictures are going to get out and go viral. You'll see a few pictures of the lawsuit popping up in this video. I may do a live stream and go over this lawsuit more. I hope that the people that are responsible for this, like I said, because it has to be responders to the crash, have to be the ones who did this. I can't really see it happening any other way. I hope they find out who they are, and they lose their jobs, and possibly face charges or something like that, because this is just truly sickening. She's suing them, and I hope she wins that lawsuit. But on top of it, like I said, I hope that they pay some consequences, whoever is doing this. I let you guys know all the time, I'm no gangster or anything like that. I mean, we're not talking street rules here anyways. We're talking a widow. But either way, a lawsuit is not considered to be, breaking the street code, even though I always let y'all know I don't give a fuck about that. But in a situation like this, like, someone should face charges, I think, because it's a widow, mourning the loss of her family, and some jerk out there who was supposed to be doing their job and being professional and everything is snapping photos of deceased people because they're celebrities or whatever, and leaking it out on the internet. It's purely disturbing. Hit the comments, let me know what you guys think.
Well, I can't really elaborate too much because it's a presentation that me and 50 doing together, and it's called A Moment in Time. So it's real. Oh, it's real. It's a series called Moment in Time, where we'll do my piece on Murder Was the Case, and then we're gonna do the massacre on 50 Cent, and it's just chronologically ordering things and events that happened in hip hop, which were a moment in time. Like the description of these are like 6 parts series. Like let's like MF Power, but it'll be like one season of that story. And the just to give you an idea what my story is about, in a small, quote, imagine living the hip hop dream and waking up to a nightmare. So here's the dream. The Chronic, it came out. Everybody loves Snoop Dogg. When is he coming? Snoop Dogg's album's coming. Most anticipated, most this, most that. And before the album come out, the dream becomes a nightmare because he catches a murder case.
That was Snoop talking about the Murder Was the Case show. But it's a little different than what exactly we were hearing. Originally we were just hearing reports that there is a Murder with the Case, like biopic show coming out. But what it is, if you guys remember, maybe a year ago, there were reports of the Game 50 Cent beef going to be featured in a show. And that's this same show, A Moment in Time, where it's going to chronicle different events in hip hop history. Like you heard Snoop say, they're going to talk about when he caught that, murder case, which he ended up beating, the 50 Cent Game beef, as we just said, 50 Cent the massacre. And I'm sure a lot of other, events and, big moments that took place in hip hop. I think this is dope. I can't wait for this to come out. It kind of feels like the BMF. Remember how long we kept hearing about 50 Cent and the BMF show, and it seemed to take forever. It feels like that's what's going on with this show, but I can't wait, And then also in other news regarding Snoop, on this interview he had with Ebro, he was talking about how he's really trying to bring Def Jam, he's working for Def Jam, holds a position over there right now. But he's also really trying hard to revive Death Row Records. This reports of this a couple weeks ago, and he's still speaking about it. And prior to this, previously, he was saying some things that made me feel that he's pretty confident that's gonna happen. So that'll be dope. But also a new Mount Westmore album coming. If you guys remember this, the hip hop super group from out there on the West Coast, Too Short, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and E40. I thought they already released the album, but maybe that was just an EP or a mixtape or something. But the album's coming the first quarter of 2022, and there is going to be a duet with Eminem called From Detroit to the LBC. So apparently their issues have been totally squashed. If you guys recall, M took some shots at Snoop, told him he thought he was a god, but he was really a dog or whatever. He had his spell backwards. But we know that they're going to be take part in the Super Bowl halftime performance with Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. So, obviously that was a good sign that they could coexist on that big stage. But still, I could see people still having issues and being able to put it aside to do that. But the fact that they're flat out collaborating on this Mount Westmore album is a good sign that the beef is deaded, So Detroit to LBC, I can't wait to hear about that. Reportedly, Snoop said Dre was just blown away by it when he heard it. Last up on the news, there's some more sports news coming out of the sports world, the NFL. I'm sure you guys heard about Antonio Brown. I reported on it previously. He got caught up having a fake treatment card. Not a good move, AB, especially after all the controversies this guy had in his career. He got that Super Bowl ring, got back in the league, reportedly thanks to Tom Brady, as he almost plays a player/GM coach role out there in Tampa. They're letting him, have his way to be a part of the franchise, and I guess it paid off. They got that Super Bowl ring, but AB seemed to be doing good, and then now this happens. He is hit with a 3-game suspension, and Boomer Esiason, was in the sports media, used to be quarterback for the Jets. Did Boomer play for the Bengals too? I can't remember, right? Didn't he? But anyways, he said this AB made Bruce Arians look like an idiot, because Bruce never wanted AB with the Buccaneers. But like we said, Tom Brady almost has as much say in the team as Arians. We saw them bump heads a lot last year. And, everyone's kind of wondering what's going to be the outcome now of this, because Bruce didn't want him there in the first place. Now AB goes off and does this. Is he going to say, hey, enough is enough. I'm still the coach. We got to get AB up out of here. You know, everyone's kind of got their eye on this. You know, as Tom Brady has all those privileges, you know, he's their golden player or whatever. You know, are they going to, because AB is Brady's, that's his bro. He helped him get him back in the league, like I said. Will Arians stand up to TB12 and cut his bro? We'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, as well as everything else we touched on. It's been another one from Coffee, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm about cheer. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new.